If you're a creator, you know exactly the kind of comments I'm talking about. The skeptical ones, right? The ones that pick apart your big ideas. But what if those comments aren't a problem? What if they're actually your single biggest opportunity? Today, we're going to break down a really forward-thinking YouTube short strategy that turns all that doubt into explosive channel growth.
It all starts with something just like this. We've all gotten them. Someone drops a comment on your video basically saying, yeah, nice idea, but you're wrong. The old way to handle this? You'd probably just ignore it, maybe even delete it. But we're going to treat this exact comment as the first domino in a really powerful new strategy.
Because seriously, what if this skepticism isn't a bug, it's a feature? What if it's one of the most powerful, totally untapped opportunities sitting right there in your comment section? This single comment, when you play your cards right, can become the key to driving massive engagement and, yeah, some pretty substantial growth.
And that brings us to our first core idea, which I like to call the skeptic's goldmine. The whole premise is super simple. We're going to transform these kinds of comments from just, text on a screen into powerful engines that drive traffic right back to your main content. So, how do we do it? The tool we use is called the viral bridge. Now, the concept here is incredibly powerful. You take a skeptical comment, you build an entire dedicated short around it, and in doing so, you create a direct bridge that leads a whole new audience right back to your long-form videos. It's genius. Okay, so theory is great and all, but how does this actually look in practice? Let's get our hands dirty and really deconstruct the anatomy of a 60-second YouTube short that's built to do exactly this. We're going to look at a short made for a channel called System Neural. Its entire reason for existing is to take that 5 to 7 years comment and turn it into a powerful discovery tool that feeds the entire rest of the channel. First up, the setup. The title immediately grabs you by referencing the debate, but visually, it's a split screen, and this is absolutely crucial. The comment itself is right there at the top, so you have instant context. Meanwhile, the creator or some B-roll is on the bottom. The viewer immediately understands, okay, this is a direct response. Now let's get into the script itself, because this isn't just some random off-the-cuff response. Oh no, it is carefully crafted with a 5-part formula that's designed for maximum impact in just 60 seconds. So what's in the secret formula? As you can see, it all starts with the hook. This has to happen in the first 3 seconds. The creator points to the comment and says something like, you know what, you're absolutely right, but you're also missing the biggest shift in technology right now. You see how that works? It totally disarms the skeptic by agreeing with them, but then it immediately creates this massive intrigue with that little word, but. Next up is the argument. And this is clever. Instead of just saying the phone is going to vanish, the script makes a much smarter point. The interface is becoming ambient. The hardware sticks around, sure, but our actual screen time could drop by a whopping 40%. It's a claim that's both specific and way more believable. And that leads right into part 3, the evidence. To make this argument feel tangible and real, the script introduces the idea of AI agents moving to the edge. Now, what on earth does that mean? It just means the AI that runs our lives is moving off our phone and into things like our glasses or our earpieces, making all that information around us feel completely seamless. The entire argument, the whole shebang, is perfectly captured in this one powerful line. Think about it. A battery pack with a screen. It's memorable, it's super visual, and it completely reframes how you think about your phone's role. This is the kind of line that just sticks in a viewer's head long after they've swiped away. Okay, now for the final 2 parts of our script, starting with number 4, the contrarian twist. This is where you flip the whole thing on its head. You take the commenter's original timeline, that 5 to 7 year window, and you reframe it. The script argues that window isn't for the phone to die. No, it's for it to become a legacy tool, kind of like a landline phone or a physical wallet. It's so clever because it turns the skeptic's own point into supporting evidence for your argument. And finally, part 5, the call to action. It doesn't just say, hey, go watch my other video. It poses one last fascinating question, like, so, are you betting on the hardware or are you betting on the interaction? And then it directs viewers to a related long-form video to dive deeper. It feels like the natural next step, not a sales pitch.
So we've just deconstructed the perfect short. Now let's zoom out a bit and look at the big picture, how this entire approach is designed to be rocket fuel for the YouTube algorithm.
Let's define the key mechanism at play here, and it's called interaction loops. This is not just you replying to a comment. No, this is when your reply, in the form of this new short, is so engaging that the person who left the original comment comes back and replies again. That back-and-forth conversation, that loop, is an incredibly powerful and positive signal to YouTube. As you can see here, this builds a completely new model. The old way was a one-way street, right? You ignore or delete skeptical comments. The new way, the 2026 way, is to build a viral bridge, start an interaction loop, and turn your comment section from a monologue into a two-way hot debate.
And here is the ultimate payoff. When the YouTube algorithm detects this loop, this back and forth, it doesn't just see a couple of comments. It sees a passionate, engaging, hot debate. And it reads this as a sign of super relevant content. And what does it do? It starts pushing your short out to a much, much wider audience.
All right, so you get the theory, you see the strategy. Now, how do you actually put this thing into action? Well, here is the playbook. 3 simple, super concrete rules you can apply to your own shorts starting today.
First up, rule number 1 is the pin rule. As soon as you upload that new short, you need to go back to that original comment on your long-form video. Reply to it with something casual like, "Great point. I actually made a whole short exploring this idea." And then you drop the link. And this is key, you pin the comment. This closes the loop and connects all of your content together just beautifully. Next up, rule number 2. You have to use native text overlays effectively. For those killer phrases, those mic drop moments like battery pack with a screen, don't just say them. Put them on the screen in big, bold captions. A clean, modern font like Editorial New works great for this, and it makes your key points totally unmissable, even if somebody's watching with the sound off.
And finally,
Rule number 3 is all about mastering the loop ending. Your short must end with a call to action that feels like a natural next step, one that funnels viewers back to your longer videos. You have to remember the core philosophy here. Your shorts are not just disposable entertainment. They're the top of your discovery funnel.
So, that leaves us with one final and I think crucial question for you to ask about your own channel. Take a hard look at your content strategy and ask yourself, are you just making entertainment, or are you strategically building a true discovery funnel that turns every single interaction, even a skeptical one, into a new path for growth?